Hey guys, my name is Ayedeji Alfred and you're welcome to my channel. How are you today? Hope you've had a solid week because I've had a great week myself. It's the back to school season again, and so I've decided to talk about this topic because everywhere I turn, or even putting on the radio every now and again, I hear advertisements from finance houses advertising back to school loans. And the major organizations who really advertise back to school loans are the people called payday lenders. In Nigeria, payday lenders refers to people like Zedvans, Rent Money, and a few other people, who bombard you on an everyday basis, whether it's via your email, via your LinkedIn, or via the phone, or even through different numerous billboards every day telling you to come and collect a loan. Now, while many of us would have a genuine need for a loan, the number one point of call when we really need a loan should have been our bankers, Zenith Bank, GT Bank, Access Banks, and the likes. But unfortunately, many of these guys seems to have their priorities in different places and cannot really give us a loan as fast as we want. So that then turns us to these guys called payday lenders, who all have a simple iPhone or an Android app where you can just download the app, log on with your BVN, and voila, you get a loan in 5 or 10 minutes, right? They don't even need you to walk into any physical bank branch, and then you are most guaranteed to be approved of a loan. Now, while that is a good side to the banking system, it's a good evolution, it's a good product offering in this 21st century that is being offered by these payday lenders. The downside to payday lenders is that they come at a huge and I don't know what English to use. They come at a very large interest rate. So, for example, a payday lender can say, I'm giving you a loan at 5% monthly. Now, on paper, that sounds like a juicy offer. Where would you ever get, a 5% per month loan? But if you really do the calculation of what that 5% means, it's just saying 5% monthly times 12 months, and that accounts for about 60% interest rate. That is huge, and should really not be allowed by anybody. No one should really take a loan at about 60%. Yes, you might argue that many times the terms of these loans are maybe for a short period of time, 4 months, sometimes less than a month, so that you can get your paycheck and quickly repay this loan as soon as possible. But for some people who really cannot afford to pay back within a short period of time, what this represents is that you are digging yourself into a huge financial mess, bigger than the one you currently are in. Now, people take these payday loans for all sorts of reasons. Like I mentioned earlier, it could be to pay school fees, it could be to just act as a stopgap between now and when you get your next paycheck, or you could just be taking the loan just to have a good time, even to pay for burial expenses and on like that. What I will really say in this video is that the reason why many people need a payday loan in the first instance is because they haven't really sat down to plan their finances very well. Now, for a few or a tiny minority of people, right, you might really genuinely need a payday loan, but for majority of people, you find out that it's a lack of planning of the financial obligations that may lead to it, except for the tiny percentage of people I've mentioned earlier. For example, the payment of school fees is not an emergency. From the moment the children, go on vacation, you know that the next school fees is really going to be coming very soon, and you should make a plan to meet that obligation. Taking a payday loan to buy a gift for your wife or your loved one is also not an emergency, and you should, as much as possible, try to avoid taking payday loans for things like this. Now, back to reality. What if it's a real emergency situation, an health situation, or something that you didn't anticipate or plan? Should you still take a payday loan for it? And this is where I'm going to say, back to the concept of what an emergency fund is. An emergency fund is really meant for situations or circumstances like this, where things come on you without you thinking about it, where things happen without you pre-planning or anticipating them to happen, right? So having an emergency fund, a 1 month pay, 2 months pay, some people even go as much as having 12 months paychecks, in an emergency fund can really help you to meet many of these obligations that you do not anticipate or plan for, right? Another alternative to taking payday loans would be you really sitting down and joining, for example, an ajo. The English word for an ajo is a contribution, where maybe 5 friends or 6 friends come around together and decide among themselves to contribute a fixed amount of money on a monthly basis, and then they take turns to pick to take whatever the contribution is. Now with this, while something might happen, when it's not your turn, but the good thing is, because these people are your friends and your close associates, you can really negotiate with members of your community to say, okay, I have these expenses, they know it's genuine, can I be fast-tracked to access this loan in the place of someone else, right? Then finally, one other alternative I'm going to suggest, really in place of taking a payday loan, is negotiating with your creditor. So if for whatever reason your rent is due and the only alternative is to pay to take a payday loan in order to meet the obligation before your next paycheck, you can, or maybe you have a business dealing that you were expecting proceeds from and it didn't really come right now, you can renegotiate with your landlord and say, yes, Mr. Landlord, I understand that your rent is due this month. Unfortunately, I have A and B and C that has happened, and I'll be unable to pay you, right? So I'm asking for maybe a 30-day extension, a 40-day extension, and many times you might be shocked at the responses you get, because if you don't really ask, you might not be sure whether or not you can receive. So that's the video this week. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section, and don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my name is DJ Alfred, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.